Welcome. Got my high priestess mug. As I said yesterday, I did some blank meditating this morning. So I just opened my mind up and listened to some very soft music and had the electric blanket on and just, you know, sort of spent some time just clearing my mind and stuff. I saw quite a few videos by Lena G and all that. I haven't looked at them yet because I like my Saturday mornings to be basically not influenced. So it is very interesting what has been going on. I looked at some of it yesterday. Trump's approval rating in every US state revealed. No King's protest. Yeah, states he won like Texas and North Carolina. Yeah, not surprisingly, things are going down. Still, it's been such a turbulent week. I'll start off with looking if Israel and Iran are going to, if it's going to be an all-out war. But first thing I might do, something I haven't done in a while. Love You to the Moon and Back candle that hubby bought me. Part of Christmas. I might light it up. Hubby's bought me that lovely candle. I mean, because my desk has been such a mess. So, time to have a look. Let's have a look at. I had a quick look yesterday. Israel and Iran. Hello to something I haven't done in a while. It's hello to all my lurkers, lovely lurkers, and to everybody who at a later date chooses to watch my lives, at a later date and everything. It's really appreciated that you do that. And yeah. So and yes, I do personal readings. You can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com. Okay, and I do them with people overseas. Got PayPal, so you can pay me. That's all that's needed. And yeah. Okay, what have we got here? Bit of a mess there. There we go. So let's have a look. What we need to know about Israel and Iran. Tell us Tell us what we need to know about Israel or Iran um, to answer the question, will there be an all-out war? This is always one that it's a frightening. It always tugs on our emotional base emotions of fear and anxiety. What is going to be done? Okay, we've got the King of Swords. So yeah, there's um, definitely some military action. Of course, that's happening. That's a given. Um, Hi, Linda. You're still on oxygen. Oh my goodness. Oh my darling. I'll send out some prayers for you. Okay. I'm currently looking at, will there be all-out war between Israel and Iran? And what we need to know is that it's always going to evoke an emotional response out of us. Any disruption there. Yeah. And, you know, some sort of military action is going to happen, whether it's withdrawal or advancement. What is going to be the outcome here? Doing a 3-carder on this. Abandonment, walking away. I think it's going to get to a brink. They do it time and time again with each other. They get to a certain point and then they retreat. And I feel like this is what's going to happen here with this. And this is what the card says. It's a card of retreat, of walking away. I was reading a news headline that the courts had ordered Donald Trump to hand control of the National Guard back to California. You're going to do that? I don't know. I'll just check that headline again. He shouldn't have been able to do what he did in the first place because the National Guard is state. Just double check that. Yeah, judge blocked Trump from deploying National Guard in Los Angeles. So, restraining order delivered a sharp rebuke to President Trump's efforts. Yeah, okay. Turn control, but of course there's been an appeal lodged. Yeah. Is Trump going to lose this appeal? Will Trump be forced to? Hi, Annie. Yes, haven't seen you in a little while. Hi, Steve. It's lovely to see you. So, will Trump be forced to hand over? He won't want to, and he'll try not to. No. Is Trump going to follow the court order? He's appealing it. It's going to come back very quickly, that appeal. So what are his options going to be? Blocked. This is blocked. One of the meanings of Two of Wands is things being blocked. The Fool, just going ahead anyway. He's going to ignore it, but will they stand down on their own, considering that his order was illegal? Will the National Guard stand down on their own? Lost regret. I am reviewing my all my cards currently. I do it about once or twice a year. I go through and I review all the books, the books and stuff like that. Return of in unpleasant things. But this is reversed. Indefinite loss return. So I feel like that they may take a step back. And this might be that, yeah. And he noticed there's been no more talk of sending in the Marines. I think that he's been told that just cannot happen. That is just not, well, have they turned up? I don't know. I haven't been watching the news the last couple of days. I uncover the news. It's starting to clear out my room to give it a revamp. So a lot of it, there's so much stuff on the floor, and yeah. Will there be issues with the parade? Donald Trump's parade. Just going to bring up situation, action, result. Okay, so the situation is Donald Trump's parade. The parade. Interesting. Hope. Of course, I better cover it up because there's been a bit of a thing with, naked ladies on the cards and all that. So the situation is, very optimistic. He's hoping it's going to go well. The action itself, the parade itself. Sorry, I'm not. Bit chaotic. lack of direction, definitely charging in. Real uptick in activity. I think they're going to try and keep protesters away, people away. They want people to watch it, but they don't want people there unless they're supportive. So I think that's what the hopefulness is all about. What is the result of tomorrow's, or for you guys, the parade, Donald Trump's parade? Getting a show of strength, basically. Going to try, but there's strength here. But what is the strength about? Tell me more. Is it about protest? What is the action? Another night, fiery night, restraint, and the outcome. Yeah, look, all the major arcanas are in Trump's favour. Okay, and there's three of them. You've got the magician here. You've got everything in hand. Look, people are going to try and protest, but it's just, will it turn into an absolute will it become a riot? The end of a cycle, marking the end of a cycle. It's like a last gasp or something. It's going to be seen as very poor taste. It's already been seen as very poor taste. Let's have a look at a different deck. I've got these What Lies Beneath cards, Hidden Futures Oracle. Let's have a look. I'll do that same reading with these cards. The situation is the parade. Hi, Patricia Francino. Oh, yeah, I think there's going to be rain. Hi, Jessa. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back. I think there could be some issues with the weather. That might be what the Knight of Swords is about. But the situation, getting played, manipulation, lies, and control. Of course, that's what this thing is all about, isn't it? What's the action? Toxic. Wow, this is not looking good. And the outcome with the parade. Court, uncovering evidence, getting exposed, cheating revealed. Ooh. So that's going to be interesting. So this is all about the parade tomorrow, which, to tell you the truth, I had completely forgotten about. My niece's birthday today, yeah. It was my dad's birthday a few days back. And my sister's next week. One of my sister's birthdays next week. Yeah. Let's have a look at what these cards say. Will Trump fake another? Oh, knowing they effed up. Interesting. They effed up. Check yourself. Pregnancy test. Unsure results. A pregnancy scare or positive or negative. I'll take that as he's not sure. Look, it wouldn't be. There's no chatter. There's no chatter, is what I'm getting. And there won't be any chatter. He's already at least one. Not talking about the one with the ear, but the Mar-a-Lago one. Let's just say it would be the skepticism would meet it. Mm. Okay. What else do you guys want me to look at? I'll have a look at the energy around the administration for the upcoming week. Okay. And the Trump administration. Not including the parade. Excluding the parade. Can you please some insight into the energy surrounding the Trump administration in this coming week? Let's have a look. We have the Two of Swords reversed. Reached an impasse, stalemate, deadlock. It's like yeah, that's gonna be nipped in the bud real quick. So what is the challenge this week for the Trump administration? Oh, there's going to be some changes happening, but they're not good. Bad luck. Clinging to control. Old karmic cycles. An unwelcome change. You know what? It's not really going to be a turning point. That's already happened. People are just, it's just going to be turned off. I think basically they're already being disgusted and it's just going to generate more disgust. But no, it's not a turning point. That's already happened. And yeah. What is the advice for the administration? Wow, they have a lot everyone so far has been reversed, and there are reversals in this deck. It's the Lovers reversed, self-love, imbalance, disharmony, breakup, argument, discord, bad choices, conflict, and indecision. Basically, prepare for all of these. This is going to be quite a big week because we've got the Wheel of Fortune here reversed in the challenge, and they're sort of stuck. They've painted themselves into a bit of a corner here with what's been happening with California and all that. And this one is basically be prepared for more. And it's going to summit within the administration itself. What's at the base of this reading this week? Six of Swords, upright. Transitions, leaving behind. Moving on to calmer waters, distance, accepting lessons. Well, basically, it's the transition. The breaking point has been reached. The turning point has been reached. And this is the calmer waters is not for them, it's everybody else. Hi, Shelby, Lisa. What is the outcome for the Trump administration this week? Justice is going to be very much the outcome this week with the energy. I'm reading the energy around the Trump administration this week. There's going to be, and that's the third major arcana this week. And this one's the first one to be upright. But justice and fairness. Now, if it was in Trump's favour, I would, or the administration's favour, I would be inclined to think that that card would have come out reversed. Universal laws, karma, cause and effect. Well, of course, that's, karmic cycles, stuck in old karmic cycles. Truth is revealed. Legal truth, accountability and consequences. So let's have a look. Of course, now I've done that, the 5 cards. I'm going to draw 3 more to explore the outcome more, the justice card more. Tell us more about that. Remember I said that they've painted themselves into a corner a bit with the impasse? Here you go. Self-imposed prison of thoughts, limiting and negative thoughts. Victim mentality, well, yes. Powerlessness, they're going to start feeling like some of the power is starting to be stripped away. Okay, we have another major arcana, and again, it is reversed. And this is judgment, unfinished lessons. Ignoring and resisting the universe. Well, yeah. And a failure to learn lessons. Yes. So this is all now exploring the outcome card, which was justice, but not justice in favor of Trump. And why is it not in favor of Trump? And this is what the Ace of Swords and the Judgment reverse is revealing. And the last card here, another reversal, 4 of Cups. People are getting a new outlook, new options, awareness. It's time to snap out of it. And choose happiness. People are not, I mean, of course, some people didn't need to be snapped out of it, but there's other people who have needed to be snapped out of it, and that is happening. So it's going to be an uneasy week for the administration. Very much. It's the G7. It's the G7 on this week. I know that our Prime Minister Albanese has just basically taken off to do a bit of a 15th. So it's this week. Let's have a look at what's going to happen with the G7, will we? Um, let's have a look at the G7. Geez, it's cold in here. Where you going, Shelby Lisa, tomorrow? Oh, before I go on any further, Linda Beecraft has not been well. She's been in hospital for the last couple of weeks. She's been needing oxygen. Let's all send Linda yellow for positivity, white for healing, green for comforting, blue for loving. Let's send a myriad of different energies to help her recover and regain her strength and well-being. Linda Beecraft. Everyone just take a few seconds to send that energy to her. Yeah, there's going to be more and more of that, unfortunately, and it's just not going to help. In fact, it's going to start. There's going to be some large pieces of space junk. I just got like, we had a big piece come down a couple of weeks ago, not far from Perth. Oh, good on you. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, it's going to start being a real problem. And quite some large pieces coming, and it's going to cause some real problems. And someone's going to end up being killed because they're not cleaning up the space junk, and in fact, they're making things worse, setting up those missiles and things like that. Deteriorating orbits and things like that. It's just no. There's going to be some problems. Okay. Oh, please, thoughts and prayers to the families and friends and the country of India for the loss for that horrific plane crash. It was a miracle that man survived. Excuse me for just a moment. Okay. I'll just mute it for a moment. It's just hubby wanting to tell me something. Yeah. 1176. Since 1176, isn't it 1776? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. What was I going to look at? I've got a total blank on what I was going to look at. No, not really. I think that his immigration action on the whole, no, it's not. Um, maybe in some red states, but no, overall, it's causing trouble, it's causing chaos, it's causing riots, and then people are reminded that Biden actually quietly, legally, ethically deported a record number of immigrants who, you know, in his term, and Trump is determined to beat that. For Trump, it's all about getting bigger numbers in anything than Biden. So, yeah, his immigration stance is wrong. Yeah. In the country when, yeah, he's not going to be able to do it. He's just not going to be able to do it. The Empress reversed: creative block, dependence on others, scarcity, lack of growth, uncaring, insecurity, overbearing, negligence, smothering. Well, that is very much, of course, this describes the person in the office of the presidency. Yeah. Mm. While I'm reading on him, I'll do the full reading. So the challenges for him: Five of Wands, avoiding conflict. It's reversed. Avoiding conflict this week. So the challenges for the president this week: um, uh, avoiding conflict, creating harmony and peace, the end of conflict, cooperation and agreements, because he doesn't want any of that. Hi, Celtic Sea. I haven't seen you for a while. What's the advice for him? We're looking at the energy around the president this week. Three of Pentacles. Okay, now I picked up on this on the one when I read for the administration. Disharmony, misalignment, working alone, office politics, lack of teamwork. Be prepared for this within his team. People are starting to get really, really scared, and in the end, they're going to save their own skins if they need to. What's at the base of this reading? The Two of Cups reverse, breakup, separation, disharmony, rejection. Wow, it's not looking very good for him this week. Distrust, withdrawal, bad communications, and division. So I'm talking with this is the people really, really tightly around him. Oh, I got a picture of that awful person, Stephen Miller, with this half sly grin on his face. Oh, now I've got the Hangman to reverse. Now this is the outcome of the energy for this week for the president. Pause, surrender, letting go, waiting, new perspectives, wisdom, self-sacrifice, uncertainty, and contemplation. He will never admit to uncertainty, and he will never self-sacrifice to himself. But that's, and this is a major arcana. So let's have a look. And this is reversed. So it's not all his actions for nothing. Let's have a look at more into that. We've got the Page of Wands upright, fresh ideas, energetic fearlessness. People are going to start speaking out. Seven of Cups reversed. Alignment, clarity, the illusion ends. Wow, the illusion ends. I think personally, there's a real shake-up for him this week. And, oh, the Seven of Swords reversed. Getting caught out, imposter syndrome. Making amends for wrongdoing, that's not Trump. No conscience, and there's not going to be any regret. It's getting caught out, imposter syndrome, and secrets. So, yeah, that's on the personal front for the office, for the president. It's not a good week. Of course, all these stories will come out and, you know, I know what I was going to read on. I was going to read on the G7, wasn't I? Hi, J-Cat lady. The G7. Let's have a look at the G7. Okay, let's have a look for the G7 this week. Situation. The Magician. Everything is in place. Manifestation. To really make some difference. Focus, creativity. This is about the G7. Turning visions into reality, inspiration, willpower. There's going to be a lot of good comes out of that in general. The action. So that's the Magician. Now, the Hierophant. reversed. That's not necessarily a bad thing. There's going to be some unconventional thinking outside of the box, bringing in new methods, challenging those beliefs, not because of what's been happening with tariffs and changing political landscape and things. It's definitely, and this is the second major arcana, so this is going to be a really, really important summit. It's not going to be along the usual lines. There's going to be a lot of out of the box suggestions. Not so much the challenging of authority, but unconventional thinking, challenging the beliefs. And what's going to be the result? Ace of Wands. That's an interesting card because it's reversed. So after the first two, and they're major arcanas, so it's actually going to cause a few little blocks, lead to a little bit of a lack of direction for some people because they're going to come back with, wow, got all these great ideas, but actually, it's a minor. So it is an ace, so it's an impactful card, but it's a minor impact. It's going to sort of lead to a little bit of a delay in implementing some things because they're going to have to rethink some policies. Not a bad thing. Let's do one more card on that. The Page of Swords. Taking no action, gossip, taking no actions, okay, and lack of planning. So they're going to have to take some time to rethink things. But the Four of Cups, reversed, so these three minor arcana have been reversed. A new outlook and a new option, a new awareness. It's just going to be, okay, they're going to leave with all these great ideas, and then it's got, well, how are we going to put these things in place? So there's going to be a bit of a lag, and then things are going to, so as they work out how to do things. Actually attend what? Will he actually attend or go at the last minute for the G7? He's not going to have the platform he thinks he will have. I think he might go. Will he attend? Yeah, he can't help himself. But yeah, because he thinks he's the glue that holds it all together, but he's not. Okay. Trump's parade. Well, I did a reading on it earlier, but I said I just cut the card and it's got the magician, but it's reversed. So yeah, it probably will be a flop. But yeah, okay. How about we go on to personal? I do want to just do a very quick reading. It entered my head to do it now. Australia, New Zealand, the Oceania region. The Oceania region. I'm going to do a very quick 3-card reading. The situation here in our region. 10 of Cups, happiness, fulfillment, alignment, harmony, action, Nine of Swords, but there's going to be some anxiety creeping into our region for a little bit. Fear, nightmares, some negativity, a bit of anxiety, maybe some sleepless nights. I do feel like this could be, and the outcome here is Page of Wands. But things will be okay. There's going to be some fresh ideas. Going to look into limitless potential. I do think G7 is going to have something, but for a while in the Oceania region, we've got, I think it's probably, I feel like there could be a big clash between Albanese and Trump. And I think that could cause some anxiety over our tenuous and unpredictable relationship with China. These are 3 cards. They're all minor cards. So it's going to be short term, but yeah, I think we're in for a bit of a period of discomfort. Okay. Will the government be forced out in Ireland? Okay. Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland? Yeah. I'll do another quick 3-carder on Iran and Israel as well. Okay. Okay, Republic of Ireland. What's the situation there? Oh, the Tower, definitely some sudden change, upheaval. Well, you've just said it. Ireland's in an uproar. Old foundations, some radical shifts or actions. The Queen of Swords, reversed, manipulation, harsh. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a bun fight. The outcome, will the government be ousted? The Emperor reversed, excessive control, inflexibility, power struggles. Will the Irish government be turfed out? Difficult decisions, weighing up options. There's definitely going to be, yeah, things are going to be unstable there. Yeah. One foot in, one going to be a time of confusion. But I think he will be ousted. Not necessarily the government, but I think there's some internal backstabbing happening. It depends on if it's the Westminster system. There could be a new leader, party room leader, but I don't know what system they use there. And unless it's the government is dissolved and a new election is announced, will the government be dissolved? Recovery, regeneration, moving on. Possibly this is the Ten of Swords, but it's reversed. So stabbing in the back and everything. So yeah, there's definitely a period of upheaval happening in Ireland with the current government. Okay, now I'm going to do one more three-carder on Israel and Iran. Situation, action, outcome. Three of Cups. Collaborations. Well, that's interesting because who said Jay Catlady? I think Trump is starting a war with Iran and he's doing it using Israel. Possibly. The Empress. Abundance, maternal energy. No, I think I needed a new deck. This one's not making sense. I'll get that a bit of a cleanse. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, the situation Iran and Iraq. Israel. Calming tonic. The king of, okay, there is definitely a need for calm. There's definitely a need for things to calm down. Will that happen? So this is the King of Cups. There's definitely a need for a leader to step forward and calm things down. The actions. 10 of Rods. Struggle, burdens. But also the King is the end of a cycle. So this particular burden could be coming to an end of this particular cycle. And the outcome, suit of coin, page of coins, and opportunity will be grasped to. Now remember, pages are the foundation card of the court cards. Things to be built upon. So will things calm down a bit? Yes, but it's still going to take a little while. There's still a bit of fighting yet to do. But these are all made minor arcana. So time-wise, you know that it's crap for time. So it could still go on for a couple more weeks yet. Yes, I sort of withdrew a bit all into just a couple of different sections. So I'm starting to look out. So if you are wanting to know about a different area like Celtic Syria, about Ireland, what's going on there and stuff. Yeah. Will the US invade Panama and Greenland? Yeah, that'll all calm down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Will Donald Trump and his minions be there in Celtic Sierra's asked, will he and the regime get removed by September? Will he be there in September? I've been looking for, I can't, I've misplaced my pendulum at the moment because of the mess on my desk. So, yeah. Yeah, of course it was. Okay. Will he be there in September? The Magician. Well, that's Yes, like pulling off a miracle, but that's the situation, the action. The Ace of Coins, opportunity, grasping an opportunity, and the outcome. Queen of Coins, comfort. I'd like to say no, he won't be, but things are looking like he might still be hanging in there. I'll ask it in a different way. Will the president have been removed from office by September? He is gone. It's going to be really surprising. Will he have been removed from office by September? So this is the Ace of Coins, which came up before, and that's a yes. The situation, the action, the Empress. I feel like they're going to be creative in how they do it. They're going to have to, yeah. And the Five of Coins out in the cold. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So inspiration. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, how about we do some personal readings for a little bit? Who would like a reading this week? Oh, it's a bit cold. It really is a bit cold. Hmm. Celtic Sea, yeah, M. Steve. Yep. I'm just giving the cards a bit of a cleanse over the flame. Okay, so M. Steve, we'll start with you and then Celtic Seer. Okay. Steve, your situation. Yeah, you've been carrying some burden, some responsibility. Okay. And you've been really feeling it lately. Actions. Yeah, look, it's time to make some amends. Okay. With you need help. And one of the people you need help from, it's time to put things in the past. And it's not going to mean instant and easy friendship or whatever, but it's going to mean you'll need that, you'll get that extra help and support you need for whatever reason. Um, and here is new ideas. This is the Page of Cups reversed. I've got new ideas, Not doubting intuition. I mean, there's also doubting intuition and creative blocks and emotional immaturity. But what I'm zoning in here is new ideas. So look, by stepping up and saying, hey, look, it's time to put this behind us, at least the cause of it, and move on from it. It's going to create some new ideas for you and bring you some help and support that you do need at this time. Okay, Steve? Happy birthday, J-Cat lady. And whoever else had a birthday yesterday or today. Okay, now Celtics here, you asked for a reading. Yeah. I think it's time to swallow some pride there, Steve. Okay. Celtics here. Your situation. Oh, betrayal, deception. Okay. Getting away with something. Acting strategically. Yeah. What I'm getting is be very careful how you act, what you do. There is a better way to do things. Don't be tempted to do it the easy way. It's sort of like the cautionary card of the Five of Swords, but this is saying act smarter, not lazier. It's saying so there are better ways of approaching your situation that don't mean you have to betray someone or yeah. But think carefully on that. The action is it's going to be harder work, but it'll be a better result for you. Inner truth. Yeah. So you got some hard decisions to make here, but stick to your inner truth, okay? And that means you might have something you can hold over somebody else, but don't do that. There's better ways of doing that. Okay. By acting strategically and ethically, you might have to work harder, but then you'll have that stuck to your inner truth, and you'll have the quiet power. But don't be tempted, as we all are sometimes, to say, well, I've got something on you. Leave that go, because you don't want that energy bouncing back on you. So yeah, work things carefully, my darling. Hi, Yvonne. Did I do the right thing by quitting my overworked job? Yvonne. The situation, wealth, finance, security, long-term success and contribution, but you were feeling overworked. Right. And your family was conflict, disagreements, competition, and tension and diversity. That was coming out of all of it. So this is what you were getting from the job, but it also involved a lot of this conflict. Mm. Winning at all costs. Okay, I feel like you did the right thing because you weren't prepared to win at all cost. Yeah, mental clarity. It's going to bring about mental clarity for you. Okay. Um, yeah. Is someone trying to get something over on you? Celtics here. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. This is a classic maybe card. You know, there's some clear yes, no's. The Hierophant is a maybe. Um, yeah. I think you did do the right thing because you were still feeling like J Cat Lady. Sorry, I didn't see you. I went, yeah, didn't see you. So J Cat Lady, happy birthday. Reading for J Cat Lady. Emotionally balanced, compassionate, and disciplined. Oh, I'm glad to see this card with you, J Cat Lady. It's been a bit of a rough time for you. I know that. And it really got you getting to that point where things seem to be leveling out and emotional balance is coming back in. J Cat Lady. It and also this is the action here. You can either just let something go or try one more time. That's up to you. But you fought hard for this balance that you're at. So have a really good think about what you do next. Whether you want to try one more time or just it's time to just let it go. Disappointment as it is, let that person go. Um, and walk away. You've got to put yourself first. And you've not been very good at doing that, my darling. So, competing in things connected with religion, sex, cult, unfortunate combination, disunion, and completing. So, depending on what you do, you can, one will just upset the new balance you've gotten to, and the other will give you that new balance, will allow you to cement that new balance. This is an important decision, okay? Put yourself first, darling. Your boss is not very nice. I think you did the right thing. There's a Yvonne, there's a culture of profit over people. I feel like a real implosion there too. I think maybe you got out at the right time. Okay. Anyone who else would like a reading? Okay, guys, look, I might actually wrap up. I might wrap it up for today. Okay. And yeah, it's time for you to do that. Okay. So, everyone, thank you for joining me again. Before I go, I'm just going to ask for some messages from Spirit. Okay. And I'm going to use the Cosmic Insight card. Okay. Messages from Spirit. Yes, everyone, please do. Intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite later. So do not ignore red flags. Okay. Open your heart. It will help you to attract more love. So there are people around you who are starting to really feel betrayed and devastated. Hi, Barb's Wheel of Fortune. And it's open your heart to them. Don't shut them down because they made a mistake. If they come to you with a genuine want and to and regret, open your heart to them. You don't have to shut them out. And intimacy. Ooh, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. Ooh, sexy time coming. So for some people, yeah, opening up your heart could lead to some sexy time. One more message from Spirit. Pets. Getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Remember your fur babies, old, current, new. Open your heart to them as well and let them love you. You will never get anything more true because they make no demands back on you apart to be loved and fed and given shelter. And that's what you would do for anybody. Comfort. And one more message from Spirit. Ooh, be careful of someone sneaky. Okay. Okay, look, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Oh, look what was on the bottom. Someone is too full of themselves. Okay. Oh, Jessa. Of course you can, my darling. Does she have a message for you? Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Jess R. Of course I could do that. Does your sister have a message for you? I'll use the Cosmic Insight cards. They can be fun. Lisa, yeah. Does Lisa have a message for Jessa, for her sister? Not quite yet. Oh, be careful of someone sneaky. Not quite yet, but there's got divorced like experiencing a breakup, but that's just like, it's more like the effect you'll be feeling. It's going to be hard, my darling, me leaving. It's going to feel like that. But I will always be here to love and watch over you. So, bit of a mixed bag. I feel like she's feeling that disconnect. But be careful if someone's sneaky. But she's feeling a bit of that disconnect. But just know she will always be watching over you. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, my darlings, stay laughing, stay loving, and stay laughing. Laugh every day if you can, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. And also, just don't feel sad when thoughts of your sister enter your head. Use them every time it does. Use that as an opportunity to think back to something, a good memory of her, because she wouldn't want you and doesn't want you to feel sad every time you think of her. Think happy thoughts and good memories. Okay. Love you all. And I will see you next week. We'll see how things play out over the next week. I came on yesterday morning because I really felt like you guys needed a bit of a boost. And if that happens again during the course of the week, I will come on again. Love you all and talk to you later. Bye-bye.